Hi, I'm Kody.
I'm Jake.
And this is our YouTube channel, Tasteless Directors. Brief introduction about our channel. It's just mainly going to be about superhero movies that are about to come out. Or ones that are out. We may do some stuff in the future.
Do you want to go do karate in the garage? Yup!
But right now we're just going to focus on superhero movies. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get started.
All about superhero movies.
Superhero movies.
Superhero movies.
Super duper hero movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about Spiderman Far From Home, particularly the trailer. What we're expecting from the movie based on the trailer, things that we want to see, the direction that we would take it, the direction we think it might be going. So Kody, do you want to start?
Yeah, so first of all, I want to talk about the biggest thing that everybody's like really excited about. It's about Mysterio.
Who is that guy?
He's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's going to show up in Far From Home, and he's played by Jake Gyllenhaal. Great actor. One of the best out there.
Yeah.
And then Southpaw, you're a boxer, and your body is insanely good. And now you're doing what?
No, it's funny. You're like, you're a good actor. You're so good, and your body is so good.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's acting.
Yeah. No, we had the sound down. We weren't listening. We had the sound down, but it was.
So just a little bit about Mysterio. His real name is Quentin Beck. He's a very famous special effects guy for movies. He doesn't actually have any superpowers. Just anything that looks like his powers are just all caused by special effects that he does.
So in the trailer though, like he fights those like elemental guys.
Yeah.
Looks like he has powers. So do you think that, I mean, because sometimes, a lot of times in the movies, they change things from the comics. Do you think that's going to change? Is that going to stay the same?
I could see it changing, in all honesty, but I hope that they keep it to where it's special effects, because in a way, I think how it's going to be like it's going to be Spider-Man and Mysterio is going to be kind of fighting side by side in a way, and then Spider-Man just figures out, oh, he's causing all this trouble and mayhem, and then decides to fight him.
Raider!
I think that's how it's going to go. That's how I would think I would want it to go.
Okay.
Especially like, because I know like the Marvel cinematic universe is really good at sometimes being close to the comics, like with like how they named the Winter Soldier and how they mentioned him as like the White Wolf and just stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they've done a good job with that.
Mm-hmm. So I think it'll go there. And speaking about the elementals, as he mentioned, there's actually two theories about them that like I have came up with.
So you came up with these, or you found them, or you came up with them?
I found them.
There's a lot of videos.
But the theory, if the theory itself is just like, is it going to happen in the movie?
Okay.
Is what I meant. Sorry to confuse anybody. Jeez. Anyway, so the elementals are just like these they're supernatural beings that have been on like the earth for just thousands of years, and they control all the four elements: so earth, air, fire, and water. And
Captain Planet.
Yeah, Captain Planet.
You don't know who Captain Planet is.
No, I don't know who Captain Planet is.
Wind, water, heart, go planet!
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet!
Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
That's what a lot of people think that it's gonna be. It's gonna be those supernatural beings, but from further research that I have done and just the background of Mysterio, it's like he makes up.
You came up with it. It's all your.
Can I give you on this, man?
Go ahead.
This further research that I have done. Mysterio just creates these monsters, and they're not even real. They're just stuff of his making, just special effects, just so that he can come out on top to be the hero at the end of the story. And so I hope it kind of goes that way, because then that kind of plays off to his character that they do in the comics. I think it'd be a cool thing to do in the movie itself. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Did you have any points to bring up?
About Mysterio?
Or no,
I'm going to bring
just-
up my points. I'll talk about Yeah. So, yeah, that sounds good about Mysterio. But enough about him. We don't want to hear any more about it. Let's keep the rest of it mysterious. Let's keep it a mystery. Okay, sorry. Anyways, my first point is going to be about the suit. Just going to talk a little bit about the new black suit that we see in the trailer. First glance, it made me think of the Venom suit. Obviously, it doesn't have the big white spider. A lot of people have been saying it doesn't look like it. Which, it's not. It's obviously not the Venom suit.
No, that's definitely not.
But to me, I see the black Spider-Man, and I think of that one just because that
makes sense.
I have a strong affinity for that suit. So this one looks like a tactical, kind of like a modern ninja, I think, or like a low-tech Batman.
Low-tech Batman.
So I'm thinking
about the yellow utility belt.
Wow, these infrared eyeglasses really work, Batman.
It's gonna be basically Nick Fury's gonna hook him up with this suit.
So you're saying I was just about to ask you, do you think like it's provided to him? It's not something of his own creation, because it does look like a black ski mask, and he looks
I mean, maybe they go to like some tactical store. I don't know. They pick things out together, and I don't know.
Okay, you know what we're going to need from the first? We're going to need a few more people helping us out. I'll tell you why. We're going to be spending an obscene amount of money in here.
So do you think his suit, like his original suit, gets like broken or torn?
Well, in the trailer they show there's this part where it says he doesn't need his suit. He says to himself, "I don't need this," something like that. I don't need this. I'm just going to Europe and have fun, something like that. So he doesn't pack his suit. Now, of course, in the trailer they could be just showing this part where it's like, "No, I'm not going to take it," and then he ends up taking it. But based on the trailer, it looks like he decided not to take his suit, so he's got to find something that he can use.
I'm gonna cut you off right there.
Okay.
There is a trailer that shows that Aunt May packed his suit for him.
Oh, she
say with a sticky note that says.
Oh, so I didn't do my homework. Okay.
Obviously.
Okay.
This guy. All
Well,
right.
okay. So maybe something happens, or for some reason he decides that he needs to be in a dark suit. Other than the fact that it's dark, obviously, like everything about his other two suits is much better as far as like fighting crime, I would say. But this suit does look cool, and I think it'll be fun.
Oh yeah, it definitely looks like just a new way of like how he's gonna do things, and it looks pretty good. The suit itself looks pretty awesome, in my opinion.
So, do you want to go over your next point?
I already mentioned my next point with the elementals.
Going switching off. Switching off. Okay. All right.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
So, I'll go again. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the timeline, which has been something that's been talked about a lot. But when does Spider-Man Far From Home take place? Because obviously we know that Spider-Man didn't make it through Infinity War.
Yeah.
If you don't know that, then you're not a real fan, so why are you watching this? Anyways.
Yeah, he was just gone just like that.
He's gone. He didn't feel good, and now he's gone.
He didn't feel good.
So,
do you think that this is going to be taking place before? Because looks like
that's what I was thinking.
Because like it could be, because you see Nick Fury, so obviously it has to be when he's alive, and we all know that, like from the after credit scene of Infinity War, like he's alive.
Yeah.
So it could be before.
But there were some confirmations by like Marvel that it's after, like it's almost directly after. So I don't think they would lie about that, but
kind of spoils that he's coming back from the dead.
But that's not a huge surprise.
Well, obviously it's not huge.
Everybody dies.
Yeah, but usually at the end of their life, and just the once, and forever.
Everybody's different.
And you weren't even going to tell me.
Either way, I think it's going to be, I don't know, I mean, it's fun to think about it, but in the end, like, I think we'll be accepting of it either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we pretty much, at least from my point of view, we pretty much saw Spider-Man coming back somehow, some way.
Yeah.
It's just, it'll be cool, even thinking that, it'll be cool to see how that does come to play in Endgame. Which we're not talking about Endgame anyway in this video, but it relates. So
yeah, it definitely relates to like what's gonna happen in the future. But yeah, I mean that it'd be kind of cool to. I feel like it'd be cool if it was before the snap, or like any of the just Infinity War in general. But I mean, I'd still be fine with it if it was after. It just feels like, I don't know. I've always just felt like there's always more leading up to, but now with Endgame coming out, it's just like nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
One thing that I heard that might be cool also is this one starts out where he like somehow comes back to life, but he's still in space, so he's got to get home. And that's kind of like
Spider-Man?
the Far From Home type thing.
I would
was like that wouldn't take the whole movie because obviously the trailer shows he's back, but
yeah.
I think that'd be just kind of cool, but it might take too much of the story, so I don't know.
Well, I think they're just playing off from the Homecoming, because Homecoming was just like in his town, and now he's like in just a different part of the world, so he's not far from his home.
Yeah, and I think they're pretty happy with how all the wordplay is working out with every sort of theory and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's really sell this. Give him a show.
Okay, so another thing I wanted to talk about was Peter Parker's relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So his romantic relationships, how they're going to address that. And also, the first I want to talk about his relationship with Uncle Ben. So
you don't. I mean, from what I understand, you don't actually hear any mention of Uncle Ben. I mean, I haven't noticed any mention of Uncle Ben in the MCU with Civil War and with just Homecoming.
Yeah, like no specific thing. I think there was like reference something about like he would be proud of you or something like that in Homecoming.
Oh.
But yeah, other than that, not a lot. And that kind of disappoints me. Like I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
I can understand because they have hit on it a lot in the previous older Spider-Man movies.
Most definitely.
I know all of them talked about Uncle Ben. He was a big part, but still, he is a big part of Spider-Man.
He really is, because he's obviously, like, everybody knows his catchphrase, like, with great power comes great responsibility. And I mean that's just a big
we've
part.
heard it a lot,
Yeah.
but it needs to be in there. I need to see an homage to Uncle Ben.
And that's like basically like why Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man, is because of like what happened to Uncle Ben, and then that's like what went with his crime solving spree, Yeah. Words.
When he goes from pro wrestler to superhero.
Yeah. When he defeats Bonesaw, and then when he But yeah.
Bonesaw is ready.
Bonesaw ready.
Hey, listen. It's some kind of mistake. I didn't sign up for a cage match. Hey!
Unlock the thing! Take the chain off!
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere! I got you for 3 minutes! 3 minutes of playtime!
Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
And then beyond that, so yeah, I'd like to see something with Uncle Ben. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, he doesn't have to be in it. You know? And then his romantic relationships. You know, obviously they kind of tease us with this.
With Mary Jane.
And the girl who's in it now, I forget her full name, but they're calling her MJ now. So they're kind of saying, because Mary Jane's nickname is MJ.
Yeah, Mary Jane Watts.
In the comics, but the girl played by Zendaya, her name's not Mary Jane, but they're nicknaming her MJ.
Oh.
And she kind of seems like a love interest.
Hopefully.
But, you know, I don't think she's Mary Jane, but it's fine, but
yeah.
I do want to see more of like them throwing in, even if it's Felicia Hardy. Do you know Felicia Hardy?
I don't know Felicia Hardy.
So we don't know her personally, or you never met her.
Obviously, I didn't know her personally.
The Black Cat. Have you heard of the Black Cat?
No. I never heard of the Black Cat.
I don't know anything about Spider-Man. No, so the Black Cat, she's a pretty important character in Spider-Man comics. She was in like the 90s cartoon show, that's where I grew up. Like,
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so I think, you know, since she hasn't been, I don't think in the movies at all, maybe mentioned, but it would be good to have her, you know, eventually work towards maybe Gwen Stacy or Mary Jane, and I'm sure they will, but I'd like to see a little more direction in that way.
I hope they, another thing that I like to bring up, it kind of revolves back to the Homecoming, but like everybody like gets excited for the after credit scenes because it's like, ooh, what's next? What, you know? I think they might do something with the Sinister Six, which is like basically like just like the League of Villains is against Spider-Man. So you got like Scorpion, Doc Ock, and just all these others, and you see in Homecoming. The Vulture and the Scorpion talk to each other, and that just kind of, I wouldn't say it teases like the Sinister Six, but like I'm not sure if that's what they're going to, but I think it would be cool if they kind of went to that, you know, stage, just like did the Sinister Six.
And that's another risk though, because, and you know, I've heard mention of this as well, that Spider-Man movies have tried to have more than one Spider-Man villain, and just kind of gets messed up. Spider-Man 3 had Sandman, Green Goblin 2, and Venom, yeah, and Venom is an entire mess itself.
Yeah,
but yeah, it just didn't work out. And then Spider-Man, the second one, Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, his second time out, they had a lot of villains as well. Didn't work out.
Oh, how should one say? How shall one say, Director?
Too many notes, Your Majesty.
Exactly. Very well put. Too many notes.
And that's not the only thing that, like, ruined it. There was Rhino, there was...
yeah, there was...
the electric guy.
Electro?
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, I thought... I liked how Electro looked, because it didn't make him out to be that... how he looked in the comics was just like green spandex with the lightning stuff as a mask. But I thought he looked cool, but...
Well, I thought Jamie Foxx did a good job.
Yeah.
I just, like, overall, just the movie didn't...
Yeah, it just felt like there was a lot that you had to, like...
digest.
Yeah, digest to kind of understand, like... I mean, I guess it was easy to understand, but they were just, like, trying to push a lot into the movie in itself. Because, like... They were trying to, like... Because if you've seen the second Amazing Spider-Man... you just see all, like, this room just full of weapons, like the Rhino suit, and then they kind of tease the Doc Ock arms, and it's just a lot. And they even had, like, the Green Goblin glider, but that wasn't... The weird thing about that is because it was supposed to be Harry's dad, not Harry himself, who first gets in the glider, which I just like kind of weird. Yeah.
What I think they should do, though. Sorry, you can say something.
I was just folding my arms.
What I think they should do is still kind of work on the character development of these villains, especially because once they turn to more their villainous side, it's like we've kind of followed these characters on their journey. We relate to them more.
Kind of like with Loki a lot, because
a lot of people are big Loki
Loki fans.
Okay.
I'm just a huge fan of the sport.
Yeah. Exactly. But seriously. But I think, like, especially in Homecoming with Morales, what's his first name?
Miles?
No, because his uncle becomes the Prowler eventually. Not in the movie. But in the comics and in Spider-Verse, Miles Morales' uncle is
the Prowler.
Yeah, and they kind of put the uncle in Homecoming. And so they could have more. He was the guy that they were selling the weapons to. Played by Charles Gambino.
Chill.
Come on!
What happened to your voice?
What do you mean, what happened to my voice?
I heard you by the bridge. I know what a girl sound like.
I'm not a girl, I'm a boy. I mean, I'm a man.
I don't care what you are. Boy, girl.
I'm not a girl, I'm a man. Come on, man, look, who is selling these weapons? I need to know, give me names or else.
You ain't never done this before, huh?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, come on. But yeah, so a little more development in his way, and we kind of saw him. We were related to him, because he cares about his nephew.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a real character, and they're getting that started.
Yeah. Are we talking about Spider-Verse?
You can talk about.
I really liked the character development for the Prowler, because it was just like
for Spider-Verse.
That's what I meant to say.
What was that?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Flash.
No,
Maybe a car.
He's in DC.
Maybe a car drove by. Oh, Flash. Okay. Did you guys catch that? The Flash is in DC.
Yeah.
Okay. The Prowler.
But the Prowler, because like basically somebody that's hunting Miles, and like you're wondering like who he is, and then there's that scene in Miles' uncle's apartment, and then like when they reveal him, it's just like crazy, and then he runs away, and then the Prowler's running after him, and then obviously hopefully everybody sees that scene just like at Aunt May's house, and all like the people like Peter Porker, Penny Parker, Peter Porker, bit by a radioactive pig, but Penny Parker. And all of them, and then just like he was about to let.
I thought you actually said Peter Parker's name wrong. I
just said Peter Porker because that's his name.
Okay, yeah.
My name is Peter Porker.
Spider-Ham, friendly neighborhood Spider-Ham. Spins a web, that's the gig. Kinda weird cause he's a pig. Look out, here comes the Spider-Ham.
I forgot about the pig guy.
Yeah, the pig guy. But yeah, and then just when he got shot, everybody was like, "Oh, that's so sad." But yeah, like I liked his character development a lot.
Yeah, that's off-topic Spider-Verse stuff. We're talking about Far From Home. No, I think I brought up Spider-Verse, so that might have been my fault. But yes, but it does relate because obviously the character in Far From Home is destined to be the Prowler.
That's kind of cool. Choose. Now knowing that, like that's kind of cool to look at because like I didn't know that at all. So
yeah. Any other points that you think we should mention for Far From Home?
I don't have any points.
No points?
No points, but I'll point at the camera.
Okay.
That's a point right there.
You should point like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey. Shazam!
That's also Oh wait, he does say
That's
Shazam.
what he said,
He
yeah.
says Shazam.
Nobody gets it.
Go, Web! Fly! Up, up, and away, Web! Shazam! Go! Go! Go, Web, go!
I was just thinking about DC Shazam. Shazam.
Captain Marvel, you mean?
Yeah, I don't even want to bring up that argument.
Oh, that's a sore spot for him.
It is a sore spot for me. I don't want to talk about it because we're talking about Marvel right now.
Well, should we wrap this up then?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Wrap it up in a little
Like
typo.
a spider web?
You know, let's do that.
No, what were you saying? The boat thing.
I was just saying tie it up in a little bow because we're wrapping it up like a present. Wrap it up with a little bow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that too.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, don't forget to hit like.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Feel free to leave a comment or ask a question.
Definitely, because we will definitely answer as many questions as we can when
Which
we
is
get
all
them
of
in.
them. Go ahead. If you have, just go ahead and challenge us. If you have like 100 questions, we will answer them. Maybe not correctly, but we will answer them.
Yes. 2-all. Yeah. There you go. Now everybody's happy.
And we might even leave a shout out next week, just depending on how this video goes. But yeah, like I said, I'm Jake.
I'm Jake.
I'm Kody.
Yep, he's Kody. I'm Jake.
And we're signing off.
No, we gotta do it like this. Okay, Tasteless Directors.
Tasteless Directors. Out.